Oh yeah, you're streaming. Okay. You were ready? Yeah. Okay. So welcome. Let's just take a few more moments to just adjust our motivation if you haven't already. So please thinking that the purpose of my life is to benefit all other sentient beings, in order that I may be able to benefit them in the best way, I myself must first achieve the state of complete enlightenment. Then and only then will I have the knowledge, ability, skills to most effectively lead them from the oceans of samsaric suffering. And therefore, I'm going to do this slow mature practice today so I can purify my mind of all defilements as well as accumulate the vast accumulations of merit and transcendental wisdom. Lama Kyuncho Sula Kyamsudo Namo Gurube Namo Buddhaya Namo Sangamaya Namo Sangaya, Namo Gurube, Namo Buddhaya, Namo Dharmaya, Namo Sangaya, Namo Gurube, Namo Buddhaya, Namo Dharmaya, Namo Sangaya, Ma Sem Chen Kungi Dengi Che, Dali Lama La Yun, Sem Chen Tang Che, Lama La He, Go Ban Cho La Ge Ba Ja, Ma Se Chen Kungi Dengi Che, Dani Lama La Yune, Sen Chen Tong Chi, Lama Lai, Go Ban Cho Lang Ge Ba Ja, Ma Sen Chen Kun Yi Den Yi Che, Dani Lama La Yune, Sen Chen Tong Chi, Lama Lai, Go Ban Cho Lang Ge Ban Ja. For the sake of all mother sentient beings, I shall quickly in this very life attain the state of the primordial Buddha, the Guru deity. I shall free all mother sentient beings from suffering and place them in the state bliss of a Buddha. Therefore, I shall now practice the profound path of Guru deity yoga. Instantaneously, I rise in the form of glorious Vajrabharava, with one face and two arms holding a curved knife and skull cup. O Dijivani Nani Rani Lama La Kande Se Venu Se Song Sho Chu Chu Me Chu Chin La Be Da Para Jamba Shi Yue Tengi Que Be Kya Pa Pen Sun So Fa Yu Om Am Om Am Om Am Holy in the vast space of indivisible bliss and emptiness, amidst billowing clouds of Samatavajra offerings, at the crest of a wish-granting tree, adorned with leaves, flowers, and fruit, is a precious lion throne blaze with gems, on which is a white lotus sun and full moon. On them sits my root guru, guided in three ways, in nature all Buddhas, an aspect of saffron robe monk, with one face, two arms, and a radiant white smile. Right hand in the gesture of expounding the Dharma, left in meditative poise, holding an alms bowl full of nectar. You wear three lustrous saffron robes, and your head is adorned by a golden peasant's hat. In your heart sits the all-pervading Lord, powerful Vajradhara, with one face, two arms, and blue body, holding Vajra and bell, embracing Vajradhatu Ishwari, queen of space, delighting in the play of simultaneous bliss and emptiness. They are adorned with jewel ornaments of many designs, and clothed in garments of heavenly silk, adorned with marks and signs, radiant with countless light rays. You sit in the Vajra position, encircled by a five-colored rainbow. Your Piragas are the five Sudatas, your four elements are the four consoles, your sources, channels, sinews, and joints are the actual bodhisattvas. The hairs of your paws are 21,000 arhats. Your limbs are wrapped with protectors, the light rays, the intellectual guardians, and secret yakshas, while worldly gods are cushions for your feet. Surrounding you in the respective orders sit the direct lineage gurus, yidams, hosts of mandala deities, Buddhas, bodhisattvas, heroes, and kings, encircled by an ocean of Dharma protectors. From the three lodges mark three doors. From the letter home, hooked light rays radiate, drawing forth the wisdom beings from their natural abode to become non-dual self. Vachanara Shinjo so du che sam pa ji shin du chi yang chao yu ken se shu me chen cha gyun da bin hu ji shi si so hu so de le ju ne du sun gi sa yu la ma yi ram ku chok sun pa wo ka ju chi kyung sun so che tu che wang yi di she kan wa chu Om Guru 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 Sava Tava Para Sava Guru Ea Yi Zao Ba Mo Yi She Ba Na Da Se Ba Da Ni Ji Ne Ba Yu. Your compassion grants even the sphere of great bliss, the supreme state of the three kalas in an instant. Guru, with the jewel-like body of Vajraholder, I prostrate at your lotus feet. You are the transcendental wisdom of all infinite conquerors, appearing in the skillful need in any way that subdues. You support the aspect of a saffron-robed monk, holy refuge, savior, I prostrate at your feet. You eliminate all faults and their instincts from the root, and are a treasure of precious infinite qualities. Soul source of benefit of bliss and reception, perfect pure Guru, I prostrate at your feet. Teacher of gods and all, in reality you are all Buddhas, source of 84,000 pure Dharmas. You stand out from the whole host of superiors. Kind Guru, I prostrate to you. To the Gurus dwelling in the three realms of 10 directions, three supreme jewels and all worthy of homage. With faith, conviction, and notion of lyric praise, I prostrate, manifesting as many bodies as atoms in the transitory worlds. Or kyakun jetsu lama kurche la na so chu jin ya so kuwani kuneri chen la ya le de a che du si chu shi de gi ba dong bo se ma te wa de le ba Zebede sadam banam Trishin Pyoki Deva Bedue Yarke Nando Chingi La Lanchi Nida Nudira Bajime So Tosu Se 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 Gage Kya sen de gu gu chi gu bei e chu so chen ko yu ke ni ki ro ge chu den za ja du wa dan la da mi xiao ze lu bo pu na so ru mu che da da yi le ju e ye yu ta tu ke zu da tu lo re che pa zin de chi na ji lo mu cho kun kya che wa cha ge lin chi long bo che rin chen dun da ne we rin chen so kun ga ke ben nu chi bun so la mi lo che du te shen go dang wei sen gi bu ju xin gi chong Kya gun tu chen te la u wa yi. By the merit of having made this mandala, offered this mandala to the merit field, may I and all sentient beings be able to meet the pure wisdom teaching of the Victorious One, which contain the biography of those eminent ones who live in pure morality. Have the brave attitude to follow extensively the Bodhisattva's conduct and practice the yogas of the two stages, the essence of which is the transcendental wisdom of non-dual bliss and voidness. May I and all sentient beings be able to meet this pure, complete teaching of Lama Tsongkhapa, the unification of Sutra and Tantra, right this second. Oidam Gurana Mandala Kamiratayami. O Moi Shan Yi Chu Yi Xin Ya Tso Ji Shi Nan Ga Ling O Chu Ze Gi Dan Dong Ye Pe Gun Yi Chuan Xin 日的日的雷的让谁我送给为那头西安家，共藏之别的送不同心。那苏人的那一人的那在日子那马日起。我孤孤单单走不去眼前，若给的人家解读我的，下给我的这么那么错，就那也这么啊，将都把为自己要做全，一样能做个人就举起，对对就是那给路上嘛。신기하게는게보내서제주유매차량남경비쥐대는게대외예시체 전하는신주는주내매는주마상주내게 등장장주선초큐나드 묘모시자사시대조배상부능기체다마소다 걔네 계제 바른 불안함 나가지시 바스 성무소. So we'll renew the Bodhisattva vows. So this is to be said only by those who have taken the vows. So please think the purpose of my life is to free all mankind, whether singing beings from suffering and leading to enlightenment. To do this, I must receive enlightenment. Without the Bodhisattva vows, this is not possible. Therefore, I'm going to take the Bodhisattva vows for the benefit of all mankind, whether singing beings. I go for refuge to the three jewels. I confess individually all negativities. I rejoice in the virtue of migrating beings. I hold with my mind the Buddha's enlightenment. I go for refuge until my enlightenment, to the Buddha Dhamma Supreme Assembly. In order to fully accomplish the purposes of myself and others, I shall generate a mind for enlightenment. Having generated a mind supreme enlightenment, I shall invite all sentient beings to be my guests. I shall undertake the pleasing supreme conduct of enlightenment. May I accomplish Buddhahood in order to benefit migrating beings. I go for refuge to the three jewels. I confess individual negativities. I rejoice in the virtue of migrating beings. I hold my mind in Buddha's enlightenment. I go for refuge and show my enlightenment to the Buddha Dhamma Supreme Assembly. In order to fully accomplish the purposes of myself and others, I shall generate the mind of enlightenment. Having generated the mind of supreme enlightenment, I shall invite all sentient beings to be my guests. I shall undertake the pleasing supreme conduct of enlightenment. May I accomplish Buddhahood in order to benefit migrating beings. I go for refuge to the three jewels. I confess individual activities. I rejoice in the virtue of migrating beings. I hold my mind in Buddha's enlightenment. I go for refuge until my enlightenment to the Buddha Dhamma Supreme Assembly. In order to fully accomplish the purposes of myself and others, I shall generate the mind of enlightenment. Having generated the mind of supreme enlightenment, I shall invite all sentient beings to be my guests. I shall undertake the pleasing supreme conduct of enlightenment. May I accomplish Buddhahood in order to benefit migrating beings. So think strongly that you've received a complete pure set of Bodhisattva vows. So next, the tantric vows. Those of you who have taken tantric vows before, then please think that an infinite number of my kind mother sending beings are suffering in samsara, so unbearable. I must free them from suffering and lead them to enlightenment as quickly as possible without delaying even 1 second. To do this, I must become enlightened. Without tantric vows, this is not possible. Therefore, I'm going to take the tantric vows for the benefit of all my kind medicine beings. All Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, please listen to me. I, Akshobhya Vajra, from now until I reach the essence of Buddhahood, shall generate the sacred Pillars Bodhicitta, just as all the Buddhas of the three times have ensured themselves awakened by generating it. I pledge to uphold the vows of the Buddha lineage, to rely on the Pillars Shivajana, Buddha Dharma, and Sangha, and the three disciplines of observing proper behavior, gathering virtuous Dharma, and benefiting sentient beings. I pledge to uphold the Vajrayana Muja of the great Vajra lineage, and to honor my teachers. I pledge to practice four types of giving 6 times each day, keeping in mind the delightful currents of the great Ratna lineage. For the great common lineage, I pledge to uphold individually the only dhammas that arose from great enlightenment, those of outer seeking and three vehicles. For the great supreme common lineage, I pledge to uphold all vows well and to make as many offerings as possible. I shall generate the vows of fearless bodhicitta for the sake of all and uphold all samaras without exception. I shall deliver those not delivered, liberate those not liberated, give breath to those unable to breathe, and place all beings in a state beyond sorrow. All Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, please listen to me. I actually Vajra, from now until the reach essence of Buddhahood, shall generate a sacred pillars Bodhicitta, just as the Buddhas of the three times have ensured themselves awakening by generating it. I shall uphold all the general and specific tantric vows and commitments of the five lineages without exception. I shall deliver those not delivered, deliver those not liberated, give breath to those unable to breathe, and place all beings in the state beyond sorrow. All Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, please listen to me. I shall be a Vajra from the now until I reach the essence of Buddhahood, shall generate a sacred pillars Bodhicitta, just as the Buddhas of the three times have ensured themselves awakening by generating it. I pledge to uphold all the general and specific tantric vows and commitments of the five lineages without exception. I shall deliver those not delivered, liberate those not liberated, give breath to those unable to breathe, and place all beings in the state beyond sorrow. So now think strongly that you have received a complete pure set of tantric vows. Continue on to LC 38. We'll continue in English. Whatever non-virtuous negative actions I have done since beginning this time, cause others to do or rejoice at, or in which I have rejoiced, before those having great compassion, I confess with regret and vow never to commit again. Though all phenomena lack a characteristic of inherent existence, we rejoice from the depths of our hearts in the dreamlike bliss and joy of all superior and ordinary beings, and every virtue that has ever arisen. Please let fall a rain of profound and extensive Dharma from 100,000 billion clouds of perfect wisdom and compassion, so that the jasmine garden of benefit and bliss of infant migrators may be born, abide long, and increase. Your Vajrabhati is subject to neither birth nor death, but is a vessel of the mighty king unification. Please abide forever according to our wishes, not passing beyond sorrow until samsara ends. I dedicate the mass of white virtues thus created so that I may be inseparably cared for in all my lives by perfect pure gurus who are kind in three ways, and so attain the unified state of Vajradhara. Okay, we'll skip to LC 43. Source of good qualities, great ocean of moral discipline, treasury brimming with jewels of much hearing, Master second Buddha, clad in saffron, elder Vinaya holder, I make request to you. You have the 10 qualities suitable for one to teach the path to those gone to bliss. Lord of Dharma, representative of all conquerors, Mahayana virtuous friend, I make request to you. You are wise, patient, honest, without pretense or guile. You are through those well subdued. You have both sets of 10 qualities, no mantra and tantra, and are skilled in explaining, drawing and explaining. Foremost Vajra holder, I make request to you. To those untamed by countless past Buddhas, the unruly migrators of this degenerate age who are difficult to subdue, you are to show the good way of those gone to bliss. Compassionate refuge Savior, I make request to you. When, because of the time, the sun of the conqueror sets, you enact the days of the conqueror for the many migrators who lack a savior or refuge. Compassionate refuge Savior, I make request to you. Even one of your heritage is for us a field of merit more highly praised than all the conquerors in three times the 10 directions. Compassionate refuge Savior, I make request to you. Adorned with its Sugata's three body and ornamental wheels, you manifest from another net of skillful means in ordinary form to lead all beings. Compassionate refuge Savior, I make request to you. Your aggregates, elements, sources, and hymns are in nature Sugatas and consorts of the five lineages, Bodhisattvas, wrathful protectors, Supreme Guru, nature, three jewels, I make request to you. Arising from the play of omniscient transcendental wisdom, you are the essence of the 10 million Mangala cycles, pervading Lord of 100 Buddha families, foremost Vajra holder, Unified power motive, say that I make request to you. Unobscured, unseverable from play of simultaneous joy, pervading every emotion at rest. The nature of all things, free from beginning or end. All good, actual ultimate bodhicitta, I make request to you. 디당벌도 지혜다여 두제 자유성수나 지시지조 무주공수 댕기조즈발시sun Akinina Kyunidam Kyunidam Yuchikyon Denisum Janshubat Kyunidajevi Sue Didambadu Chivedan Tuje Jagyuzuzuna Sishi Jejong Thank you, God, Jesus. Kyuni Lama, Kyuni Yena, Kyuni Ganjo, Kyonte, Yene Sunde, Janshuba, Kyuni Jaje, Misue, Dirambo, Lushimeta, Tuje, Jagyu, Zuzura. 西西居中恩觉根，天地若自观虚实。By the force of having thus requested 3 times, nectar and light rays, white, red, and dark blue, stream forth from the places of my Guru's body, speech, and mind, and dissolve into my own 3 places, one by one, and all together. The 4 obstacles are purified, the 4 pure empowerments, and the 4 kayas are attained. I am blessed by a replica of the Guru that happily dissolves into me. So offering. Om Ahum, Om Ahum, Om Ahum, Emahu Yeshiru Bachi, Shinkam Tamchi Dorje Shin, Nenam Dorje Kodamchi, Kunsan Shukri Gyatso Long Chu Dugu Peldan Den, Chunam Pahu Pahu, Mada Jule Miyame, Tabara Jamba Shibu, Om Jugu Neshi Shuguma, Lume Yoshin Barwe Igu Gyabo Sungika, Ascendent to Bakabana, Om Zena So Bhavayu, Veda Tene Om Ahum, Kado Ziji So Ba, Lu Yu Me Ba Ze Nam Shi, Kuwe Nam Ba Shi Yu Pe, Yi Ge Su Le E Su Su, Cho Chu Chu Pe Do Je Su, Tu Si Shen Nam Shen Chang Ni, So So Yi Ge Sung Tin Pe, Tu Si Xu Me Chu Tang Ti, Shan Do Bai Shi E Ma Bu, Du Yu Pe Wa Gyat So Gyu, Om Am. Tu Che Da Ni Sa Gyu La Mo Da, Yidang la sun kyam yu kyun chang sun. Pa wo kan ju chu kyung sun me so. Chen de chi pe ni du she su so. Chi han sa wu chu ten ya zu yu. Rin chen le ju ze de den tri la. Xiao zi wu chao tian fa shu ne kyang. Ju chou da la du gu mo ju song. O Tian Zi Ma Dan Jia Ge Chi La Bei Za Me Du Sui So Shun Ya Cu Sa Yu La Me So Na Mi Shi Bu O Nam Ge Gu Ga La Ho Ge Zin Zhe Ne Emma Ho Ju Ni Chong Shun O Tian Zi Ma Dan Jia Ge Chi La Bei Za Me Du Sui So Shun Ya Cu也就我们那时你知不？哦，对于在那对之间的，那么我听见那大家给见那边，咱们就是说是压车，一到那时过去你知不？哦，对于在那对之间的。那么我们我听见我的下一句那边，咱们就是说是压车。追求一切所到你去比，我们对于个那都被新鲜的，天马行空的事情，我听见马达加给是那边，咱们就是说是压车。卡住去跟所那你去比，我们对于个那都被新鲜的。天马行空去的事情。我听见我当下给起了背，咱们彼此所需要做的，买给三千所那你去比，我们对于个那都被新鲜，天马行空去我听见马达加给起了背，咱们彼此所需要做的，三千那边所那你去比，对于个那都被新鲜，天马行空去。我听见马达加给起了背。咱们之间所见要做的，那就我们的兄弟姐妹，我们对的对的，那么我开始你就是我的兄弟姐妹，咱们之间所见要做的，也让我们过去的日子，我们对的对的，那么我就是我就是我的兄弟姐妹，咱们之间所见要做的。看着人间长大的距离，对于在你的眉心间，那么我的我只想要嫁给你了，咱们之间所见要做，看着人间长大的距离，对于在你的眉心间，那么我只想要嫁给你了，咱们之间所见要做。My dear sentence on an injury, oh, I'm a whole Emma Ho Chine Ho Zame Duje Soje Gather Maggie Sense Sona Nijibi Om Guru 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 Sabadava Pala Sabadavara Ajam Ajam Pube Dube Aloke Ginde Nude Shaka Om Guru 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 Sabadava Pala Sabadavara Om Choden Lao Wan Shu La Cha Se Om Kya Pa Chen Pu Le Da Nyang De Om Re Be Che Bi Se Ba Da De Om Che Wa Nam Pu Si Wa Ji Be She Om Ton Tra Cha Ni Pa Vi Se Che Om Drat Ma Sha De Lu Dang Ka Do Ze Om Da Gi Ba De Na Sa Jin De Jin Om Ku Chen Du Ka Ke Ta Je La Du Om Chon De De Ma Du Je Pa Mo La Cha Se Om Pa Ma Ri Ne Wan Chu Sa Su Ji Mi Tu Om Chu Po Ji Pa Tan Chi Do Je Je Po Jo Om Doi Je Den Shu Shen Gi Mi Tu Wan Je Chen Om Tu Mo Se Mo Zhu Yi San Pa Ke Pa Zhe Om Du Nan Cha Xi Ken Pe Shen Yi Shuo Le Yan Om Mu Je Ren Je Mo Zhi Fu Le Na Guan Ye Om Dor Je Pa Mo Jo Xian Wu Hang Ma La Lu Emma So Yi Kong Lo Che Nun So De She She Shu De Nu Zhu Ma Lu Re De Tao Shi Le Pa Wu Shi Nam Bo To Ke San Bo Re So Ki Ho Lo Yu Ro Ala La Hu Lord, So, Song of the Spring Queen. Oh, okay. Yeah. Hmm? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Disappearing. Khor di shi she pa tam chi dang pa wo da ni ben zhuo ma kan zhuo da ni kan zhuo ma ku la da ni su wang chen bo yi e ru ka de we ru nu wa la ni jie ni zhou ga xin de ro xie ba yi ni len ke de ni zhuo wa la xun su a la 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 wu a yi la a la yi la di men ka ju su nan ji pa wo da ni da zhou ma kan zhuo da ni kan zhuo ma ku la da ni su wa de de wa chen de yi ni da ge de nu ni feng du you wei ka ni cha ge de mo ru ge de wa xin nian zhou ma su la la chu ba de la la hu a yi ya a la li hu di me kan zhuo su nan ji pa wo da ni nian zhou ma kan zhuo da ni kan zhuo ma kun la da ni su wa de yi yong xi wen yang di kan ze ma ga ge gen bu qiu nan kan zhuo su da di dun du xue de qian lo la len ge de qin da la chen yu so a la 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 hu a yi la a la li hu di men kan zhuo su nan ji pa wo da ni la zhuo ma kan zhuo da ni kan zhuo ma kun la da ni su wa de de qian ta de se ni dan pa qiu de qian pa de ka du du ma yi se qi zhuo wa ni xi de qian yang qu gi zhou gi ru na ne ba yi a la 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 hu a yi la a li hu 君们看着从那一把我的你那着吗？看着那里看着吗？看到你说我的，看你是给别的马戏，下来给掉下被给马给，那着马就别没得怀疑，西北千万也不着外日啦啦啦啦。哎呀，哎呀，给那个就说那个，谁会知道？我的心下把汤知道，把我的女人就看着那里看着，不拿到你手腕的，看西去年那地张西去，因为手机不能就我在，谁里就在说，在外里。去情花一若一生八世，啊啦啦啦啦呼，啊咿呀啊呀哩呼，地面看着从那里，谁会知道你嗯，马达车那也是的啊，也是。 yue ju du si che om du gu gaso chenpo gyu om aham om aham om aham ho tin ze nga dan cha ge che la pe za me du si so la gya so dan chen shin gyao so na mi che bu o yu gu pe la ru pe zin ze ne ma hu miao zhou che le su shan meaning gets better to me. By the force of his bountiful giving, may I become a self-made Buddha for the sin of beings, and by my generosity may I liberate the multitudes of beings not liberated by previous Buddhas. Okay, so on LC 84 on page 50 of the standalone Lama Chupa text. We'll do in English so we can meditate on the meaning of the Lama. Supreme field of merit, my perfect pure Guru, through the power of having made offerings and respectful requests, I seek your blessing, Savior, in the very root of happiness and goodness, that I may come under your joyful care, guidance. Uh, yeah, it's good. I'm requesting the kind Lord Guru, who is more extraordinary than all the Buddhas, bless me, please bless me, to be able to devote myself to the qualified Lord Guru with great respect in all my future lifetimes. By really and correctly devoting myself to the kind Lord Guru, who is the foundation of all good qualities, his root of happiness and goodness, I should devote myself to him with great respect, not forsaking him, even at the cost of my life. Thinking of the importance of the qualified Guru, may I allow myself to enter under his control. May I be like the son, acting exactly in accordance with the Guru's advice. Even when the Maras, evil friends, and the like try to split me from the Guru, may I be like a Vajra inseparable forever. When the Guru gives me work, whatever the burden, may I be like the earth carrying all. When I devote myself to the Guru, whatever suffering occurs, may I be like a mountain immovable. Even I have to perform all unpleasant tasks, may I be like a servant of the king with a mind undisturbed. May I abandon pride, holding myself lower than the Guru. May I be like a sweeper, may I be like a rope, joyfully holding the Guru's work, no matter how difficult or heavy a burden. Even when the Guru criticizes, provokes, or ignores me, may I be a dog without anger, never responding with anger. May I be like a ferry boat, never upset at any time to come and go for the Guru. Oh, glorious and precious Guru, please bless me to abide practice in this way. From now on and all my future lifetimes, may I be able to devote myself to the Guru in this way. Realizing how this body of liberties and endowments is found but once, it's able to attain is quickly lost. I seek your blessings to make it worthwhile and take its essence, without being distracted by the meaningless affairs of this life. Aghast at the searing blaze of suffering in the lower realms, I take heartfelt refuge in the three precious gems, and I seek your blessings I may eagerly strive to abandon all negativities, accomplish the accumulation of every virtue, finally tossed amidst the waves of carnal mental afflictions, plagued by many sea monsters and three kinds of sufferings. I seek your blessing to develop an intense longing to be liberated from this infinite and frightening ocean of existence. Having abandoned the mind that views this unbearable prison of separate existence as a pleasure world, I seek your blessings to uphold the three trainings to the treasure of the spirit as well, and thereby to uphold liberation's banner. Having considered how all these miserable beings have been my mothers, and have raised me with kind again and again, I seek a blessing to develop effortless compassion, like that of a loving mother for a precious child. There is no difference between myself and others. None of us wishes healing instead of sufferings, or is content with the happiness we have. Realizing this, I see the blessings that may generate joy for the happiness of others. This chronic disease of cherishing oneself is the cause of hurting one's unsought suffering. Receiving this, I see the blessings to gain the grudge and destroy the mountains of selfishness. The mind that cherishes memories and presence and bliss is the gateway leading to infinite qualities. Seeking this, I see the blessings to cherish these mandatory beings more than my life, even should they rise up as my enemies. In brief, infantile beings later for no own are the ones who are for the welfare of others. with a mind understanding the distinction between the failings of one and the advantages of other. I seek your blessings to enable me to utilize and exchange myself with others. Cherishing my myself is door to all loss, while cherishing my others is the foundation of all qualities. Hence, I seek your blessings to enable me to utilize and exchange myself with others. So we'll chant the Tibetan and meditate on Tonglen. Denai Lama Tuje Semario Jore Jesu Jamatu Jesu My good Lord, did you Kumare Tanda Nalalivada Dadivende Shelatama Yijoku Even if the environment and the beings are filled with the fruits of negativity and unwished for sufferings poured out like rain, I seek your blessings to take these miserable conditions as a path by seeing them as causes to exhaust the results of my negative karma. In short, no matter what appearances arise, be they good or bad, I seek your blessings to transform them into a path, increasing the two bodhicittas through the practice of the five forces, the quintessence of the entire Dharma, and thus to meditate only on mental happiness. I seek your blessings that I relate everything I make to meditation through skillful means possessing the four applications, and that I may make this life of liberties and endowments greatly meaningful through practicing the advice and pledges of thought transformation. In order to rescue all migrators from the vast seas of existence, I seek your blessings to train only in bodhicitta through love, compassion, and superior intention, conjoined with the technique of mountain, giving and taking upon the breath. I seek your blessings that I may eagerly endeavor to put into practice the three Mahayana moral codes and to sustain my right stream of pure vows and the conqueror's children, the single path journeyed by all the victorious ones of the three times. I seek your blessings to complete the perfection of generosity through the guideline teaching increasing the mind of gives without attachment, namely transforming my body, wealth, and collection of virtues of the three times into the objects desired by each and every sentient being. I seek your blessings to complete the perfection of moral discipline not transgressing the bounds of party moksha, bodhisattva, and tantric vows, even at the cost of my life, accumulating virtuous dharma, and accomplishing the purpose of sentient beings. Should even all the beings of the three realms without exception become angry at me, humiliate, criticize, threaten, or even kill me, I seek your blessings not to be agitated, but to complete the perfection of patience that works for their benefit in response to their harm. Even if I must remain for an ocean of eons in the fiery hells of Yichi, for the sake of even just one sentient being, I seek your blessings to complete the perfection of enthusiasm that out of compassion entirely strives for complete enlightenment. Having abandoned the faults of sinking, agitation, and mental wandering, I seek your blessing to complete the perfection of mental stabilization through the samadhi of single point placement upon the nature of reality of all phenomena, their lack of true existence. I seek your blessings to complete the perfection of wisdom through the space-like yoga of single-minded placement upon ultimate truth, conjoined with pliancy and great bliss induced by the discriminating wisdom analyzing suchness. I seek your blessings to perfect samadhi on illusion by realizing how outer and inner phenomena lack true existence but still appear like an illusion, a dream, or a moon's image on a still lake. Samsara and nirvana, like even an atom of inherent existence, and cause and effect independent arising are infallible. I seek your blessings to discern the meaning of Arjuna's thought, that these two are mutually complementary and not contradictory. Then, crossing the depths of the ocean of Tantra, through the kindness of my captain Vajradhara, I seek your blessings that I may hold my vows and pledges, the root of all cities, dearer than my life. I seek your blessings that whatever appears may arise as deity, having cleansed all stains of ordinary appearance and craftsman, with first stage yoga of transforming birth, death, and bridal into the three bodies of a conqueror. I seek your blessings to actualize in this life the path uniting the clear light and illusory body, which arises from placing your feet, my Savior, in the eight petals of my heart, at the very center of my central channel, at the time of my death arrives comes before I have completed the points of the path. I seek your blessings then be led to a pure light through the instructions of correctly applying the five forces or the Guru's transference of forceful means to enlightenment. In short, I seek your blessings, my Savior, to be guided by you from birth inseparably throughout all my lives, and thus to become your chief disciple, holding every secret of your body, speech, and mind. Savior, please grant that all be auspicious for me, to be among the very first circle of disciples wherever you manifest Buddhahood, so that all my temporal and ultimate wishes without exception may be effortlessly and spontaneously fulfilled. Detar sola tabelama chochi gilachi gishinchi ochi layani temesenala shasere cha tengashu so. Let's do the Maitreya Buddha mantra. It's not in the book, but I think many of you have it memorized. O Namo Ranachaya Namo Bhagavate Shakyamuni Tathagata Arahate Samyasambuddhaya Tayata Om Ajite Ajite Aparajite Ajinja Chaya Hara Hara Meti Avalokite Karama Samaya Siri Bara Bara Ma Buddhi Meda Bija Mana Mana Emakam Samaya Buddhi Buddhi Ma Buddhi So Om Muni Muni Ma Muni So Om Muni Muni Ma So Namo Rana Jaya Ya Namo Bhagavate Jagamune Tathagata Arahate Samyasam Buddhaya Tayata Om Ajite Ajite Aparajite Ajincha Chaya Hara Hara Metri Avalokite Karakara Ma Samaya Siri Bara Bara Ma Buddhi Mena Beja Mana Mana Emakam Samaya Buddhi Buddhi Ma Buddhi So Om Muni Muni Ma Muni Soha Om Muni Muni Ma Soha Namo Nana Jaya Namo Bhagavate Jagamune Tathagata Arahate Samyasam Buddha Jayata Om Ajite Ajite Aparajite Ajita Jaya Hara Hara Metri Avalokite Karakara Ma Sam Sri Bara Bara Ma Bodhi Mena Vijay Mana Mana Ema Kamsamaya Bodhi Bodhi Ma Bodhi So Om Muni Muni Ma Muni So Om Muni Muni Mare So. So LC 116, the conclusion. Whatever white virtues were thus created, we dedicate as causes, enabling us to uphold the holy Dharma scriptures and insights, and to fulfill without exception the prayers and deeds of all the Tathagatas and Bodhisattvas of the three times. By the force of this merit, may we never be parted in any of our lives from our four spheres. May we reach the end of our journey along the paths of renunciation, bodhicitta, pure view, and two stages. Through the quality of whatever white virtues there are in samsara nirvana, may all be auspicious for us to be free here and now from all misfortune and loss, and thus to enjoy a glorious and celestial treasure of temporal and ultimate virtue and goodness. May all be auspicious for the Buddhist teach to remain long. Through your centers of Dharma, omniscient Losang Japa, being filled with wholesome renunciates yogis and yoginis, striving single pointedly to master the three clear trainings. Having received your blessings, Losang Japa, who from the time of youth made requests to the Supreme Guru deity, may there be the auspicious and glory of Losang Vajradhara, who spontaneously accomplishes the purpose of others. May all our desired endowments swell like a lake in the summer rains. May we have an unbroken continuity of births with freedom and false families. May we pass our days and nights with the holy Dharma of Losam Drakpa, and may we delight in the glories of perfection by the collection of whatever virtues I and others have done and shall do from now until enlightenment. May all be auspicious, holy, perfect, pure one, for your body of form to remain in this land, immutable like a Vajra. I'll continue with the dedication prayers here. Due to the merits of these virtuous actions, may I quickly attain the state of the Guru Buddha and lead all living beings without exception into that enlightened state. May the supreme jewel Bodhicitta that has not yet arisen rise and grow. May that which has arisen not diminish but increase more and more. Just as the brave Manjushri and Samathabhaji too realize things as they are, I too dedicate all these merits in the best way, that I may follow their perfect example. I dedicate all these roots of virtue with the dedication praised in the best by the victorious ones thus gone in three times, so I might perform good works. Due to the merits accumulated during the three times for myself, all the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, which are empty from their own side, may the I, who is empty from its own side, achieve the state of enlightenment, which is empty from its own side, and lead all sentient beings who are empty from their own side to that state as quickly as possible by myself alone. Due to the merits of three times created by myself and others, by the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, may I, my family members, all the students and benefactors of the organization, and all sentient beings be able to meet perfectly qualified Mahan and virtuous friends in all their future lives. From our side, may we always see them as enlightened and always perform only actions most pleasing to their holy minds. May we always fulfill their holy wishes instantly. Okay, so let's go back to the supplementary prayers. Actually, hmm, let's do the dedications that you have sent in. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Sorry. Okay. Uh, so first of all, due to all the three-time merit by ourselves, as well as all the three-time merit by numberless sentient beings, numberless Buddhas, we dedicate for the long life of all of our teachers, especially His Holiness Dalai Lama Rinpoche. May all their holy wishes come true or be fulfilled right this second. Then for also all the IMI monks and nuns, may they reach enlightenment without obstacles. All the IMI and FUT monasteries and nunneries, may they serve in accordance with Lama Zopa Rinpoche's wishes, especially the Lama's projects, like building the six-story Maitreya statue, Sera Monastery, Machik Labjong Nunnery, Australia, for obstacles to be removed. For an IMI monastery and nunnery to come in the USA and Canada, for Maratika Monastery and staff, Ward Colette, Bjarne Colette, Yelmer Colette, for them to live in pure ethical conduct and practice bodhicitta and become wise. Also for Merit Bergman, Piet Bergman, the Bergman for happiness in their life and interest in Dharma. Then we also dedicate all the three time King by ourselves and others, as well as the numberless saintly beings, numberless Buddhas. Again, for the long lives of the spiritual friends, particularly as long as the long lives of Rinpoche, Pan Tripa, Ken, Rinpoche, Geshe Chuni, and Kansa Rinpoche. Yes, all the holy gurus are showing the complete path to enlightenment, and they have long and stable lives, and may all their holy wishes be fulfilled immediately. Then for the success in study and practice of Tenzin Punsok Rinpoche and Tenzin Lodro Rinpoche, and for the long, healthy lives of all of our Dharma teachers, for Geshe Tenzin Namdok, Venerable Tenzin Namjo, Venerable Tenzin Lexok, and Venerable Gelton Raptin, Venerable Tenzin Gache. Again, okay, I need double life. Venerable Tenzin Namjo, Venerable Zoksang, Venerable Tenzin, and Venerable Sarah. For the quick enlightenment of all of our kind benefactors. Yes, so also thank you all kind benefactors who sent offerings for this Nyung Nä retreat. Um, Okay. And then we also dedicate all the three-time Mary Kingdom by ourselves, as well as all three-time Mary Kingdom by numberless Sini beings and numberless Buddhas, for all the Sini beings who are currently experiencing health issues, including Stina, Mr. Ku Hin Bok, Ms. Tan Yao Cheng, Mr. Benny San, Shabita, Mary Magdalene, Ko Chi Hui, Christopher Duncan, Margaret Smith, Sital Harma, Tan Yao Chang, battling cancer, and Ward Brown, also battling cancer, Maida Cheng and Dietrich Bach, Peggy Bach and Bert Bach, and from Shengmi Zhang from FPNT Taiwan, the director, who has a severe life obstacle, and all the various people in Taiwan who have severe life obstacles, Go Dan Song, Shenming Zhang, Liang Hu Rong, Venerable Fa Se from Taiwan, and Chan Fan and family to be free from spirit harm. Also, Vivian Louis, who had undergone a operation a couple days ago. So yes, may she, may the test that was done may it come back negative, and may she recover well completely and quickly, and continue with the Dharma path. For Martin Lam, Linda Berlin, and Sheila Korn, Mr. Chan Sit Kai, now in ICU for heart illness. To yes, and all the beings to be free from health obstacles and their minds to turn toward Dharma, particularly Yip Kwai Chong, Chen Lin Siu, by ourselves, as well as numberless sending beings, numberless Buddhas, for all those beings who have recently passed away, including George Floyd, who many of you know was recently killed by the police in Minneapolis. The truck drivers. So for all the beings who recently died, in particular, George Floyd, many of you know, who was recently killed by the police in Minneapolis, USA. Mr. Louis Eng Meng uh, Dana Lakshmi passed away on June 1st. Jonathan Fridge, Marta Sig uh, Sigseds passed away on June 4th. And Ilya and Christina, a young couple in Russia, both passed away. Then may Los Angeles prayers for the following uh, come true without delay. Yes, for the late Ginger Shi, late Chong Yun Lai, late Song Se Yang, late Henry Wang, late Jack Sonnebaum, late Kong Wai Boon, late Angeline Tan, late Tsai Pei Ching. May these names that we read and all the other beings in the currently in the Bardo, attain a precious human rebirth and actualize Dharma, meeting with the perfect Guru. And we also dedicate for everyone who's died from the COVID-19. Then we also dedicate all the three-time American by ourselves, as well as all three-time American by numbers Buddhas and numbers sending beings, for all the unrest currently in the U.S. to be pacified immediately, and especially everyone in the government, everyone in law enforcement, all the citizens in the U.S. to generate bodhicitta right this second. For Dare, Chun, Ling, and yes, et al. Means all the colleagues that are researching the early detection of disease, and all that academia sinica in Taiwan collaborating closely with EU, USA, Canada, Czech Republic to stop COVID-19 pandemic, to Ms. Chang and all the Central Epidemic Command Center in Taiwan for the excellent COVID-19 mischief management, to Arun Chetri Foundation of Interfaith, Raj and Sonia, and all the frontline workers in healthcare and all essential services, Sheila Jacques, and all at St. John's Presbyterian and Lutheran Church, Father James Krawchuk, and St. George the Martyr Parish, Charlotte with severe rheumatoid arthritis, and all at Peace Arch Hospital and residences and hospices, Diane and Mariana, and all in care homes, Nancy Shu Ji Lin with diabetes, Hildegard Primer with respiratory problems, and all the elderly at the Village Terrace, Henry Kaminsky, and all at Breakaway Bays, Lily Angel, and all desperate housewives to arrive at complete healing, Amy Lin, Hui Ling, Uresa Grace Admason with bipolar, financial difficulties, and influence of non-virtual friends, non-virtuous friends. All African Americans and Asian victims of racist acts in U.S. and Canada, and all over the world, by the way, all migrant workers, homeless, refugees, South Americans, Tibetans, Uyghurs, Syrians, uh, Yazidis, all mentally ill, drug addicts, sex workers, and traffickers. For Donald Trump to immediately be free from all the afflictions and instantly have bodhicitta right this second, and at the very least act like he has bodhicitta. Xi Jinping et al. To abandon aggression and lead their people with compassionate wisdom, for Formosa TV English News continuing all their quality news bites, for the end of all evil, for inner peace, world peace, and the enlightenment of all sending beings. To Lama, for Lama Lobsang Rigzin, Lama Kundro, all students at Sarah J, Sarah May, uh, Gandhin Drepung, my Chiba College, and all the Dharma training centers. Yes, that includes centers and monasteries and nunneries to have big success in their studies. May Koban Nunnery produce more outstanding Geshemas. May all of our Dharma studies and practice go from strength to strength. Now we dedicate also all the three-time American by ourselves, as well as all three-time American by non-descending beings and as Buddhas for all the Dharma projects in the universe to have success, particularly Sarah I. My House, the Nuns Project, Atisha Center, Great Stupa in Bendigo, Australia, Maratika Monastery, that's where we are now. Taitun Foundation Incorporated for that foundation to be free of all obstacles in Dharma work in China, for all the donors to be free from life and spiritual obstacles, for Maida Cheng for her family to win the law case to have victory in China. Then, may the Sarah IMI house monks be able to go back to their house safely, okay, as soon as possible to continue their studies and teach the Dharma. And then may the Holy Dharma be reestablished in its land of origin, India. And then also for Chukor Simling, the FPMT Center in Bangalore, yeah, for it to have all the obstacles removed, receive every single required condition, particularly having necessary volunteers and finances and all the required conditions so it can be a great center of learning. Then we also dedicate for Duj Bahadur, Anaya for studies, Sushil, Urmil, Amit, Sima, Asit, Rian, Sia, uh, Pankaj, Ankita for good health and well-being, Christine Lam, may the obstacles to her well-being be removed immediately and she can continue with her Dharma practice. For the ooh, for the following persons who have good mental and physical health, Talia Lin, James Robinson, Tina Lin, and their families, for the removal of obstacles in Talia Lin's spiritual path. May all sending beings find peace and ease in their daily life. May we always benefit each other. May we never forget to be kind, even under the influence of anger and hatred, and for all sentient beings. Um, let's see, is there anything? Ah, oh yes, and so we also dedicate, uh, yes, for Maratika Kadro. So we're at Maratika Monastery, so the yeah, they have very kindly and graciously offered us the space here to do the retreat. And while we were doing Nyung Nä, they offered the food and the required conditions. So for particularly Martika Kandro, who's performing various Dharma activities to promote and preserve the Dharma, may she have a long life and success in all of her Dharma projects and her son, who is actually the Yangtze of Chulsik Rinpoche. So for the Yangtze Chusa Rinpoche also to have success in studies and offer the most limitless benefit to sentient beings in the teaching of Buddha, just like his predecessors did, um, and show the aspect of being that much benefit in this very lifetime. Oh yes, and then also the one more person who's passed away, uh, Mrs. Vu T Kim Chow. I just wanted to add a dedication. My high school teacher, oh, yeah, my high school teacher and advisor, very kind to me, Mr. Thomas Sando. He wrote to me. He told me that his cousin and his sister-in-law both died of COVID, but he didn't tell me the name, so I'll just dedicate for the family of Tom Sando, and also for my cousin Danny Coakley. He just had a child, Colin Coakley. So I dedicate to this boy may be able to have a long life and be a meaningful life. If it's right karma for him to meet Dharma and have a virtuous mind. Um, oh, and also my two friends, Venerable Koncho Tarchin and Kei Michio, who's the wife of my friend, who are both doctors directly treating the COVID virus in America, that they may be protected and also be able to be of benefit to all the beings that they're treating. Anyone else have anything? There's a little bit. Thank you. So okay. Um, yeah, maybe before the dedication prayers for the long lives of the spiritual masters, just a few words of thanks as well. So thank you to Shanti Yajnik in Bangalore, who was offering a lot of behind the scenes support um, in helping to organize this, and and thank you to all of you who participated. Um, yeah, so may all of you, also all the Dharma practitioners in the world, in the universe, have all the obstacles removed for their Dharma practice, receive every single required condition, such that they can quickly realize all the stages of the path, particularly bodhicitta and the realization of emptiness, and quickly attain the state of Guru Avalokiteshvara. Okay, so now we'll do the long life prayers. So turn to page 39 in your um, supplementary book. Jiten kandir pender malua vale jue sampe yishen on padrin sume tenzin yasola Surma Devso Tuje Yusho O Tu Suja Shijang Yungyoi Ten Zigyong Pewe Kunzon Dong Borze Shoshi Kuwe Non Tuju Pada Sundu Chigengu Shaten Shu. Through illuminating all, your appearance dispels the darkness. Your clear mind knows the 84,000 heaps of Dharma, the power of the remedy of the 84,000 delusions. Your proclaiming dependent arising itself is victorious in battle with the Mars. I worship the supremely kind great Vajradhara on my crown. Clarifying the scriptures and realizations, teaching the Muni, you spread and eliminate those teachings wherever they have not spread in the world. Having become an actual son of the conquerors, you bear hardships with patience. In your continuum is the realization and perfection of wisdom, subtle dependent arising. Precious jewel, Lord possessing love and compassion, who liberates upon seeing, treasury of mastery of all arising interpretive and definitive scriptures, extremely great among the great, fully comprehending and clarifying the meaning of emptiness and compassion. You guide all beings on the path to liberation. perfectly qualified spiritual friend, my guru, please remain forever. She who protects from the fears of three times Aryatara, please increase the lifespan and activities of beings who preserve the holy Dharma, and always without separation develop their spontaneous actions by the infallible deities of the three roots, may all be auspicious. Or prayers for multiplying merit. Or chonen de shi shaba cha chumaya namo zo be zange namba na ze uki ga bola cha se no. Jaju samba samba chumbo kundu zambo la cha se no. Taya ta on pezuri aga buru ni so a un duru duru jaya mi so. Taya ta on pezuri aga buru ni so a un duru duru jaya mi so. Taya ta on pezuri aga buru ni so a un duru duru jaya mi so. Taya ta um Panjiriya Gauri So Duru Duru Jam So Taya ta Panjiriya Gauri So Duru Duru Jam So Taya ta Panjiriya Gauri So Duru Duru Jam So Taya ta Panjiriya Gauri So Duru Duru Jam So Jonen de Shishabaja Chambayan Dabazo Bezai Mo Wait, sorry. Jonen de Shishabaja Chambayan Dabazo Bezange Mengila Beri Uki Gabola Chaselo. Jonen de Shishabaja Chambayan Dabazo Bezange Mo Mono Tanjera to Jube Gabola Chaselo. Due to the blessings of the eminent victorious ones and the bodhisattvas, the truth of the power of dependent rising, and the power of my pure speciality taking responsibility, may all the ends of my pure prayers be accomplished. Okay, just first one to reiterate, maybe you didn't hear, but to request you all then to send in the number of Nunes you've completed. And I know some of you are going to be continuing after. So our thought was to then offer the number of Nunes done to Lama Zopa Rinpoche and His Holiness. So, Lama Zopa Rinpoche in particular has taught a lot on this practice, given the oral transmission of the text a lot. And so it's a practice that he very much shows aspect of being very pleased when he hears his students doing it. So also countries, yeah, sure, just so we can have a better knowledge. There are 42 who signed up, so maybe some are in other time zones. So okay, and then I'll hand it over. Well, I think let's have questions now. As I mentioned in the morning. Yeah. Um, yeah, as I mentioned in the morning, because my voice is a little bit uh, uncertain now. Let's have, if you have questions, I'll ask them. Also, you can write in an email. So I'm going to give the microphone to Venerable Namdang actually. And so if he can answer, he can. But if it's something I can help with, then he can pass it to me. But if it's very long, involved question, it might be better if you could email us because I can't talk for too long at the moment. What? Yeah, I wrote them back. Yeah, but basically, in case people didn't hear, there's it's on the WhatsApp group. So there's a particular. So sorry. The question was now after you're done and you have a home altar, what do you do with the altar offerings? And so there is a mantra that is shared on the WhatsApp group. I think you could even find it on Google as well. But it's for things that have been offered to the three jewels. So you recite that and then blow on the items, and then you can eat yourself or distribute to others. But one thing with these offerings, it's best not to give to animals or four-legged animals. Okay. Yeah, birds are, yeah, are okay. Yeah, although we should mention, I mean, don't just give them the bird. If you have extra, put it on the roof. But right. Don't just like take all the offerings and throw them away. It's best to keep them yourself or have other people eat them. If they go in bad, then just Yeah, you hear? Wow. They all became Avalokiteshvara. Okay, great. Well, in any case, then we can leave it at that. I know you must be tired, and if there's questions that come up later, um, then oh, right, right. So yeah, I mean, one kind of good thing about these days is that there's many activities and teachings online. So for those, you can't travel, um, but yeah, you can get teachings from Ramzo Rinpoche online, His Holiness online, Geshe-do Jamjo. So it's please take advantage of these opportunities, and yeah, all the best for your Dhamma practice. Tashile.